Many people think that blogging is dead, a waste of time, or a scam. I definitely had these things in my head when I first started blogging last year. But since then, I've been able to create a portfolio of 5 websites generating over $1,000 per month. And I can definitely say that none of these things are true. Blogging is definitely alive, and there's plenty of opportunity for anybody to get started today. So in this video, I'm going to go over 5 different reasons why you should start a blog right now.
Drifting in my heart, I know a fool. Lying ain't my only golden rule.
So the first reason why you should start a blog is because it's fun. You should forget about trying to make money, trying to get exposure, trying to just create something that replaces your full-time job. And instead, just think of it as a hobby. Think of it as something you do just because you enjoy it. There's plenty of people out there that are blogging just for the hobby. Not because they don't have it monetized, they don't plan on getting it monetized, and they just do it because they enjoy it. Now, a lot of people might not agree with this. They might think of blogging just as a business, which is fine if you don't really enjoy it. But I really think the most successful people in this space are the ones that are actually enjoying what they're doing, because they put a lot more pride into their work, I think. Now, there's some aspects of blogging that you might not like. For me personally, I'm not a fan of the writing part. I hate writing blog posts, which is a problem because 90% of being a blogger is actually writing the work. But the good thing about blogging is that anything that you don't like, you can just outsource it, which is what I've been doing since I've started blogging. When I first started, I would write 1 blog post myself per week and outsource another one. So I got double the posts per week. And over time, as I got further along and started making money, I stopped writing blog posts, and now I haven't written a blog post in probably 6 or 7 months just because I don't like it. Instead, I spend most of my time doing the keyword research, planning things out, and editing the blog posts that I get from my writers. Also, this is allowing me to create more content. By myself, I could only publish like 1 article a week, especially since I'm working a full-time job. But since I'm able to outsource all that work, I'm able to get 6 or more articles per week published to my websites. That's the thing. You need to figure out what part of blogging you enjoy, and if you have the money, outsource the rest. If you don't have the money, then you're going to have to just stick through it for the first 6 to 12 months until you start generating money. Once you have the money, you can just reinvest the money into the website, outsource all the stuff you don't like, just focus on the stuff that you do like. So for me, the part that I do like is coming up with the ideas, putting the website together, finding keywords that I want to write for, and then just having a plan for everything, putting everything into place, and just watching the process take place, and watching my stats grow on my website, starting small, and then just over time watching the graph grow. All of that stuff I really enjoy, but I just don't like writing posts, and I don't like editing posts. Right now I do all my editing, but I plan on in the future, when I'm making more money, to outsource the editing part, because that's another part that I don't really enjoy. I prefer editing more than writing, which is why I've outsourced the writing and I do the editing. But if I could have it my way, I wouldn't do the writing or the editing. I would just do the planning. So that's number 1. Blog for the fun of it. Everything else will come after that. Another reason why you should start blogging is because it teaches you valuable skills that you can use outside of just your blog. For example, if you're writing all your blog posts yourself, over time you'll get better and better at writing blog posts. You'll be better at researching the content, writing everything down, and just making a high quality posts. And recently, on one of Graham Stephan's YouTube channels, the Iced Coffee Hour, they interviewed one of the top copywriters on Fiverr who was making over $300,000 per year just writing content. Now, obviously not everybody can achieve this. She was writing something like 2,000 to 3,000 words in like 10 minutes. So she's like a rock star at writing content. So obviously not everybody is going to be able to do that. But even if you could do half or even a quarter of what she's doing, you're going to make a good amount of money with that skill. Another skill that you'll learn is SEO, learning how to rank articles on search engines. That's a very valuable skill that a lot of businesses will hire people to do the SEO for their own websites and their own businesses. So it's definitely a valuable skill that over time you'll learn. And since I've been blogging, I've learned more and more stuff about SEO, and I feel like I'm getting better and better. And it's definitely a valuable skill that if I wanted to, I could probably try to market that and sell that service to somebody else. So that's definitely another thing that you learn blogging is just search engine optimization, and that's super valuable. Another valuable skill that you'll learn while you're blogging is networking. So a big part of blogging is reaching out to other people and trying to get, guest posts or having them come onto your website, you go onto their website. And it's one of the top ranking factors on Google is how many people are linking back to your website. And the biggest way to get those backlinks and attention to your site is you need to be really good at networking. So that's another valuable skill that isn't easy for everybody to do. And over time, you get better and better at it. And it's definitely a valuable skill that you will get from blogging. The third reason why you should start blogging is just because helping people feels good. That's a big reason why I'm making this video and why I make a bunch of videos on YouTube. And it's the same thing with blogging. When you're creating content, answering people's questions, it gives you a good feeling knowing that you've helped somebody solve a problem. Especially on my YouTube channel when I get comments on here all the time, people saying that I helped them out or they appreciate it and stuff like that. It just overall feels good. And that's definitely another good reason why you should get into blogging is just because you enjoy helping people. And imagine if you created a blog that was generating thousands of views per month or even per day. Imagine how good that would feel knowing that you're helping thousands of people all the time answer their problems and figure things out. And the bigger your platform, the more people you can help. And it feels really good. So that's another reason why you should start blogging is just because it feels good to help people. Passive income is one of the biggest buzzwords on YouTube. Truthfully, there's really no such thing as passive income when you really think about it, because technically, the $1,000 per month that I'm making from my websites is passive income, but I definitely didn't get that income passively. There was definitely a lot of work involved to get that income. I had to work. I have a full-time job, so the only time I get to work on this website is either at the end of the day when I get home from work or on my weekends. And since I started blogging a year ago, my whole weekends have been dedicated to working on my blog. I pretty much have no free time other than maybe a couple hours at the end of the day I'll dedicate to just relaxing, watching shows, or playing video games. For the most part, I'm just working on my blog, researching things, editing articles, creating videos now. It's definitely a lot of work, and it's definitely not passive. But once you've done all the work and you've built it up, it does become passive. And the more work you're doing is just building up that passive income to a larger amount. Because I could cut everything off. I could stop posting videos. I could stop posting blogs. I could stop doing everything that I'm doing. And I'll still earn that income for a while. I don't know if it'll probably go down slowly over time, but I will still earn the income and it will be passive. So that's one reason why blogging is awesome, is because you're building up your passive income. Even though it's not passive to build it up, it is passive income in that it keeps coming even if you stop working. If you just don't want to work at all for a week, you want to go on a vacation, you can just stop everything, go on vacation, and you'll still be getting that money coming into your bank account. Unlike with a 9-to-5 or a regular job, once you stop working, that money stops coming in. That's the downfall of working another job, is that you have to plan your life around making it to work every day. Whereas online blogging, as you're building up that income, you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want. The money follows you. I could go travel across the country and I could still have the money coming in. At least that's the ultimate dream. Right now I still have a full-time job, so I'm not at the point where I could just up and go travel somewhere. But that's the ultimate goal for me, at least with blogging. And right now I'm building up my passive income till it gets to a point where I could potentially quit my job and do this full time, which would be awesome, which goes into the number 5 reason why you should start a blog. So the 5th reason why you should start a blog, and one of my biggest motivators, is that you can quit your 9 to job and you can be financially free. So financial freedom is when your passive income from your investments or your business gets large enough to pay all your bills. That's the ultimate goal, because at that point you can do whatever you want and you don't have to worry about money. So you can work however you want. You can start doing hobbies because you don't have to spend 40 hours a week doing a job that you don't like just to collect a paycheck. Just ultimately, you're going to be a lot happier when your life is based around what you want to do and not what you have to do just to survive. So that's one of my biggest motivators to blogging, and also why I have a dividend portfolio on top of this. Last year, I earned almost $600 from my dividends. This year so far, I've earned almost $300 from my dividends, and that money just continues to grow. The goal is to live off those dividends, but since I've started blogging, now there's a potential that I could live off this even quicker. But what I think I'm really going to do is build up websites, like my main website. Once I get that to where I can sell it for $100,000, I'm going to sell it and reinvest some of the money back into more websites, but then the majority of it I'm going to reinvest into my dividend portfolio because it's a little less risky. And if I'm going to live off passive income, I want there to be a lot less risk than a website that all it takes is a Google update and all of it's gone. So I enjoy building websites, and I hope to build up my passive income from websites to a few thousand, maybe 10,000 one day. I would also love to have at least 2,000 to 3,000 per month coming in from dividends. That way, if everything does get wiped out from my website portfolio, at least I'll have the dividends to fall back on. And then also I have plans on one day having real estate rental property, but that's all in the future. Right now I'm focusing on the websites because that's going to give me my greatest return. Last year I created a website worth over 30 grand, and my dividend portfolio generated me $600. So there's definitely a higher return with websites, so that's what I'm definitely focusing on. But overall, I think from blogging, I'm going to be able to reach my goal of retiring early or quitting my day job a lot sooner than I had planned, and it's all thanks to blogging. So those are the 5 reasons why I think you should start blogging. I hope that it convinced you. It's definitely a lot of opportunity out there, and people think that blogging is dead and it's hard to get into now. There's too much competition. But if you really do your research and watch a lot of YouTube videos, you can see that there's still plenty of opportunity for anybody to get into blogging, and people are creating websites every day that are becoming very successful. I never thought that I would be making $1,000 per month after only 1 year of blogging, and I definitely didn't come from any sort of background that would help me with that. Really, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I really think that if you're considering starting a blog, I think you should just do it now. Who knows, you might be surprised in a year of what you achieve, just like I did. Anyways, let me know what you think about this video. If you haven't yet, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.